What up, everybody? You're now tuned into Candid Conversations. I'm your host, Brandon Lampley, back today with another live stream. See, get my hat straight. So, got a mop top going on up under here, man. But today, man, on this stream, get a little heavy. As you probably heard, my co-host Sean earlier didn't know. Mr. Kevin Samuels has passed. He passed Thursday morning. From the early stuff I've heard, that it was due to cardiac arrest. Said he was complaining about chest pains, and he had someone with him, and she said that he had been complaining about chest pains, and he supposedly fell, and when they arrived, did CPR, he was unresponsive. But just looking at this and thinking about it and how he's impacted so much in such a short period of time. We're really talking about 2 years max where Kevin has really, really taken off. And I know the detractors, naysayers, and the people that talk bad about him, didn't like his message, didn't like what he had to say. But my retort to that was always, why are you watching him? Why do you care so much? You know, and I want black men, especially black men specifically, but all men, but black men specifically, please pay attention to the people that are throwing dirt on his grave, that are tap dancing on his grave, spitting. Please pay attention, because it's one thing not to like somebody, because what grown adults sees that, oh man, this guy, I don't like the way he talks. He says this, I don't like the way it makes me feel. So I'm not going to watch him, and I'm going to move on with my life, and I'm going to live my life. But no, that's not what people are doing. What up, Ness? That's not what people are doing, man. People, they're going scorched earth. You get on Twitter, you see the things they said, see the things that they're talking about, and just pay attention to the disdain they have for men who speak the truth, who tell you what it is. Because Kevin could have easily watered down his product and sold it to women. Easy. It's easy to do. He could have Derek Jackson did all the way out, and he would have been 3 times as popular as he is right now. If he had catered and pandered to black women specifically and told them everything they wanted to hear, told them all those sweet nothings, all those guys who can pontificate and give you soliloquies and put those words together like they are grandmaster, those guys who give you nothing but words and nothing else after that, he could have easily been one of those guys, but he wasn't. He told you the truth, man. And truth is the new hate speech. I guess people hate the truth, because what his message did, outside of what he talked about with women, he talked to men first. Kevin always talked to men first. And when he was talking to men, nobody really cared. But what his message did was it put a mirror up to the community. That's what it did. Kevin put a mirror up to the black community, and he showed you what state it's in. If the black community was let's say if it was a boat right now, it would be the Titanic. We've already hit the iceberg. It is on fire, and we're going down. And you would think people are trying to get to the lifeboats, right? Because the black community is going down in flames, right? No, they having the damn Turk contest in the dining hall. That's what they're doing. And that's what Kevin was talking about. Kevin preached marriage. Kevin preached getting black families together. But what we've done, we've given mate selection to children. And since we've given mate selection to children, now we have no more communities. It's just a bunch of individuals that look like one another. We're not a community anymore, because a nation is nothing but families linked together, and we have that no more. The nuclear family is gone. Kevin wanted to bring that back. What up, Sean? He say, talk that real talk, bro. They hate the truth. If you ain't Derek Jackson, they don't want to hear the truth. Is definitely the new hate speech world freaking wide. Man, we talk about that on a regular basis, man. But I'm gonna go in on this community, our so-called community, or lack of a community, because I don't want to hear anything about Kevin Samuels and his message and he degrading black women. Okay, what have you done for the community? What are the resources that the black children can pull from? Where are the opportunities for black children? Where are the opportunities for black people? What have you done for your people since you so high and mighty? What have you done? Probably nothing. You've probably sat around, been a knuckle dragger, ham and egger, a non-playable character. You have one role, and that's your only role, and that's what you do day in and day out. You're not contributing anything to it. Anything to the community, you're not contributing, but you sit back and you complain. That's what we're talking about. So when they talking about a community, I don't want to hear nothing about no damn community, dog. We ain't got no community. But man, let's get into this article, man, because y'all can get me preaching up in here. Like the preacher used to say, I don't want to be before you long, and then somebody say, take your time, Bishop. Lady, no, lady, we trying to get out of here. Don't tell him to take his time. Let's see. Kevin Samuels, YouTuber with 1.4 million subscribers, has died. His mother says his mom found out on social media. Man, I guess that's the way now. If you got somebody in your family who's famous, you're going to find out on social media before you can find out, and that's a horrible way to find out. Like Vanessa Bryant, Kobe's wife, finding out on social media that he was gone. That's a terrible way to find out. See, Samuel's views on datings and relationships which many people, social media, felt were an attack on Black women, often sparked outrage. Say Kevin Samuels, a YouTuber who became known for his controversial relationship advice, has died. His mother confirmed to NBC News. Rumors of his death first circulated on social media Thursday night. His mother, Beverly Samuels Birch, declined to release details about what happened. She said she learned of her son's death from social media. Say that was a terrible thing for social media to put that out. I didn't even know. I hadn't even been notified. She said in a phone call on Friday. All I'm doing is requesting that people pray for us. The Atlanta Police Department said officers called to an apartment on East Paces Ferry Road Northeast on Thursday morning regarding a person injured. By the time police arrived, first responders were performing CPR on an unresponsive man, later identified as Kevin Samuels. A woman in the apartment told officers that Samuels had complained about chest pain, that she attempted to help him, but he fell. The police report states the woman called 911. Samuels was taken to Piedmont Hospital, police said. When contacted Friday, the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office said it could not confirm or deny any information. Yeah, so from the early reports I've seen, this was cardiac arrest. I know he had been dealing with health issues. He's a cancer survivor. And his documents of his struggles after his two divorces was well documented. So from probably depending on his current whatever his condition was at the time, plus the amount of stress that he was under. I mean, they say he had some financial struggles he had just dug himself out of in the last couple of years. And it's amazing that Kevin got to live a life the last 2 years that most people are not going to live, because they're not going to put in that type of work. And for him to only have seen it for such a short amount of time is damn near a travesty, man. I wanted to see him grow and want to see where he took this, because he's laying out a foundation, laying out the stairs, laying out a playbook, a platform for men behind him to come. But one thing about it is that his message does not die. His message, let me go big a second for this. His message was not unique. His experiences and what he talked about happened with him and things he did was unique. But what he talked about specifically when it came to men and women, relationship dynamics and things like that was not unique. All he did was repackage men before him and things that they've said. And when it comes to male nature, female nature, he repackaged it in his own way, and he did it in his own way. But there's many men before him that have talked the way he's talked. He's just gotten very, very popular, and more popular than any of the men before him have. So just know that his message doesn't die. All he did was regurgitate a message from men eons ago. This stuff has been going on for a long time, but people don't like the truth, so they've suppressed this information. But the cat's out of the bag now. Let's see. He said, we always talk about this, B. Give them all that smoke right now. They too brittle out here. Yeah, they are. They are too brittle out here. Let's see. He spoke the brutal truth and shined the light on real issues that needs to be addressed. Yes. Oh, man, the issues that he talked about, of course it needs to be addressed. Yes, ma'am. You have to be realistic about your dating prospects, man. what your social economic status, how you look, what your weight is, how many kids you are, how disagreeable you are, how masculine you are, how uncooperative you are. Yes, all those things factor in. Just like with a man. Hey, you want me to be a certain height. You want me to have a certain amount of money. You want me to be able to do this for you. You want me to be able to do that for you. You can't have standards and then get mad when I have a standard for myself. It's stupid. Just like with men. I can't go out here and looking for the Rihannas and the Beyoncés, and I'm this regular, average, short, broke, whatever dude, man. No, I have to be realistic about what it is I want. Let's see. We talk about this all the time. Be getting okay. Yeah. We talked about that. He said that is crazy. People don't like the truth. I think it was his delivery. Yeah, and people are talking. Oh, it was his delivery. He told the woman she was average. He called Saweetie a 6. He said Beyonce was an 8. He said this. He said that. So what, man? So what? Who cares, man? This is what lets me know that a lot of people in our community are petulant children, and I'm talking about the men and the women. Petulant children, they don't take life seriously, and every other community comes in here, eats off of you, makes money off of you because they know wealth flows through our community. It doesn't flow to us. Look at all those people who come in, gain popularity, and then disassociate themselves with our community. Come on, dogs. You got to wake up. Say, yes, pay attention to the ones who are negatively speaking about this, brother. If it came from a white man, black folks would be yelling he's racist, to say the least. This powerful information was coming from one of our own concerning our community and the state of the black family. And ironically, his greatest haters are from his own people. Unbelievable. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, and of course, white liberal women. I noticed that anytime black men speak, like when Cam Newton spoke, Cam Newton was absolutely right. You can't cook. You can't cook. You just a bad beat. You look the part, but you don't act the part. You can't. You're not agreeable. You don't know how to cater to a man. All of those things were true, but you want people to say it in a certain way. No, French toast that, as Kevin Samuels will say. No, because we've tried it that way, and you're not getting it. We're getting the same result we've always gotten. You want us to continue to do the same things and get the same result? That's the definition of insanity. Come on, man. Let's finish this article. Oh, where I'm at? Okay, there we go. They say Samuels, who described himself as an image consultant, shared YouTube videos to his more than 1.4 million subscribers discussing topics that included dating and relationships. His views, which many people on social media felt were an attack on black women, often sparked outrage. Last month, he was slammed over a video where he labeled women over 35 unmarried as 35 and unmarried as leftovers. Yeah, and of course they felt like there was an attack on black women. Black women always played the victim. They always played the blame. I'm gonna say it today because they didn't just do this to Kevin. Kevin is not unique in their attack because when Monique told y'all to take them damn bonnets off in the when you're out and about and stop wearing pajamas out and them flip flops and sandals and all of that and have some type of decorum and because you never know who you're going to meet, you never know what opportunity is going to come. They shouted Monique down. You've had prominent women who have geared their platforms and their talents towards helping black women who straight up quit. Black women are losing allies one by one, and they're still just loud, proud, and wrong. Now, of course, that's not all of them. Of course, that's not all of them. But the vocal minority, or whether they're the vocal majority, it's probably a minority. The vocal minority, they're the loudest in the room. Those are the people who don't want to self-improve. Those are the people who just want things handed to them. I'm sorry, man, but that's not how it works. Say, look up the definition of truth. You will not find the words has to be told delicately or softly. Truth needs no arguments or give a damn about the audience. Why? Because it's still the truth, period. Yeah. And we're in a time where, especially being in an election year, where pay attention to those people who tell the truth and pay attention to how people treat them, how people react to them, what they say about them, especially Kevin Samuels now. Please pay attention to the people who are talking bad about him and wishing bad on him. Watch, just pay attention to that, man, because it's the hatred, the hatred that they have, man. It's crazy. The amount of hatred that they have for a man, especially a black man, to tell the truth, tell them what it is, not sugarcoat it, not baby him. I'm not giving you a pat on the back. I'm giving you a kick in your ass because that's what you need. Look at the state of the community. Do you not see this? We're not in a good place. So we have no more families. The nuclear family is gone. So you want to talk about protect black women? Well, you kicked your protector out of the home. You played games with your protector. You parentally alienated your protector. That's what you did. You divorced your protector. You put your protector on child support. You called the police on your protector. That's what you have done. And now you're talking about, oh, well, these guys, they're not this, they're not leaders, they're not that. Well, who raised these guys? Oh, but you don't want to hear that. You don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about that. Because all it does is come back to blaming the men. And I always put the onus on men. Men have to right this ship. Women, it's obvious, women don't want to right this ship. They want to keep it exactly where it's going. And they're only looking out for them. So black men, you need to prioritize yourself. Please prioritize yourself. Don't try to save the community. No. Get out and get yours. That's what you need to do. Then you find like-minded black women just like yourself. For those traditional men who wants to build and they want to build with a black woman, those women are out there. They're going to be hard to find, but they are out there. But what you have to do first, like Kevin told you, build yourself into the best version of yourself. Get you stable job, get you stable income, be able to take care of this woman and any potential family you're going to have with her. Don't try to make her conform to whatever it is you want to conform to because you don't have what you need to be able to be with her. No, you need to get yourself right. Relationships are not 50-50. There are 100. Shout out to and rest in peace to the great Miles Monroe. But let's finish this. You say, if you have made it to 35 and you are unmarried, you are a leftover woman, he said in the video. You are what is left. Men know that there is something likely wrong with you. And he did say that. And this is the thing. This is truth. They don't want him to say that. They don't like the way it sounds. They don't like the way it feels. This is the truth. Dude, in China, they have something called Sheng Yu, which means leftover women. And you know what the cutoff age for those leftover women are? It ain't 35, it's 27. Just go look it up. Go look up on YouTube. Matter of fact, go look up on YouTube and you'll see that in China, they have like this park where they have women who are looking for husbands. And the parents of the guy are in the park vetting the women for the man. And when they talking to the women and they always ask the age, anytime the woman says anything over 26 or 27, the parents are like, oh, no, we don't want you for our son. And they move on to a younger woman. That's what's going on. Whether you like it or not, whether you like the way that sounds, it doesn't matter. That's the truth. Once you hit a certain age as a woman, the guys are not checking for you like that. You're always going to be able to, sleep with a guy because guys are always going to want to be able to sleep with you. But we're talking about you getting the man that you want. And the way you get the man that you want is when you are at your most valuable. That's when you cash your chips in, not waiting until down the line where you don't had all the experiences and been ran through and done wrong. And now you got all this trauma and baggage and all those things like that. And now you want to come bring it to our feet because they want black men. Black men, they want you to be the cleanup man. That's why they get mad when you don't accept leftovers. They want you to be the cleanup man. That's just what it is. And that's women of all races. They look at you like, oh, yeah, this is a black guy. He's going to like me. He's going to take whatever. It said he definitely said things in a disrespectful manner. It's not what you say, but how you say it. He definitely didn't have to come at black women the way he did as a black man. You can't place all women in the same category. No, he did not. He didn't lump you all into the same category. That's a lie. See, why are you even spreading that? That's a lie. He didn't lump you all into the same category. You say it definitely rubbed me the wrong way. I was raised differently into those morals, values, and how to be a lady the right way. Well, if it rubbed you the wrong way, I'm just be honest with you, Tara. Hit dogs holler. Because if you was raised the right way, morals, values, because there's women who were raised the right way, like you proclaim, morals, values, and all of that, and they're not offended by what Kevin has said. They've actually took what Kevin has said and they've implemented what Kevin has said. It's many women who talked about how he's helped improve their marriage because he pointed out flaws in men and women. But you focus on the women, but it's fine for you to focus on what he said about women, because if you are a perpetual victim, that's all you're going to hear. But his message was spread across everybody. Everybody. Dude, go listen to what he said to men, please. If you think Kevin Samuels was hard on women, please go listen to what he said to men. Dude, what he said to men, dude, I was cringe because I was listening to it and I'm like, man, he talking about me. I need to get my crap together, man. You say a woman that has a long list of requirements, they call it standards, never can provide what they require. Oh, of course. Dude, and this isn't just Kevin. Rebecca Lynn Pope, who's done because she's a chameleon, so she's switching up on people now. But she talked about it. She talked about how when she was a matchmaker in Atlanta, millionaire matchmaker, women would come with all of these requirements, and they're not even half the things they wanted in a man. How am I going to match you up? You're not even close to what this man is. This man has no interest in you. You say they may seem crazy, but I never heard about this guy until I seen a video of him just today. Oh yeah, I mean he was popular, but it's not like everybody knew him. I mean 1.4 million subscribers on YouTube. I don't know what he had on IG, but he was still growing. It's a lot of people still don't know who he is, and they wanted to keep it that way. They don't want him to speak that truth because it's an ugly truth. You are not going to be able to heal and correct the things that are wrong in this community without the truth. I don't care how somebody says it. So what? When do we become so brittle? You know, I know what it is. Millennials. It's millennials because Tara, she's a millennial just like me. We're soft. We're in the participation trophy awards. Yeah, yeah, soft. From the way our parents raised us to our fatherless homes. Now we have more excuses than a pregnant nun when it comes to issues that we deal with. I mean, because it's always something. We got mental health to grab to, and your feelings, anxiety, and depression, and all of that stuff for the reason why you can't perform or why you can't get the things you want to get. No, it's you, and it's always been you. You are in control of that. Well, man, let's finish this article, dog. Let's see, where are we at? He said he also stirred up controversy over videos where he rated women's appearance based on their looks and dress size. Many said his advice was toxic and misogynistic. Of course, because they didn't want to hear it. He said, following news of his death, many social media users were quick to point out his contentious views. He said, Kevin Samuels has made a career off shamelessly disgracing black women for profit. He emboldened the most toxic individuals to project tired and harmful narratives about black women. Journalist Ernest Owens wrote, and that's a man. See, that's that. I'm not going to say what I want to say about this individual. I'm going to keep it light, but I'm just moved past that. I don't want to be disrespectful. See, dare to lie, what a disgraceful life to live. That's all I've got for that misogynist. Of course you feel that way. And we're in a society. I mean, you take your cues from women. I'm be honest with you. That a lot of those dudes, they take their cues from women. They take their talking points from women. So much so to when I listen to guys like that talk, they sound like women to me. I say, what did Kevin Samuels die from? Being 56 and unmarried? Yeah. Of course, listen to these people, man. Do you want to take direction from these people? Do you think these people have your best interest? These are the same people who are going to smear you as well, because this is the thing about guys like Kevin. Hold on. Let me get this comment. Let's see. See, I was married young from 18 until I was 29. Loyal to a man that wasn't who he should have been. Hey, that's on you. You have to properly vet who you get in a relationship with. You have nobody to blame for your failure in marriage but yourself. Of course, he played his part in it, but you have responsibility in that as well, because that you said yes. So at 33, I'm now engaged and getting married to the man, total opposite than the man I was with. But I say that to say people go through different circumstances and end up in different places. Yes, they do. We definitely need to have more accountability for our actions and decisions that puts us in bad places. Mental health is important. Seek help when need be. Okay, yeah, and you are correct in that aspect right there. We definitely need to have more accountability for our actions. Absolutely. That's all it is. You say it's not shaming. What up, Sean? Man, what's going on, man? How is the married life treating you, my brother? You say it's not shaming, it's holding yourself accountable for your choices, demanding things that you yourself don't even do for yourself is unrealistic. Man, shout out to you, Sean. I appreciate that, man. That's a family man right there. It's something I hope to be maybe one day, but we'll see. Say some including YouTuber Adam 22 defended Samuels. Kevin Samuels was a good dude who gave a lot of solid advice. He got smeared for having a backbone and an opinion. He didn't back down to the mob. Rest in peace. Yeah, he didn't back down from the mob, no matter what they say. He said the women that were upset over women being rated by their dress size were overweight. They ascribe to the narrative that if I love the skin I am in. Yeah, that's what body positivity got in. Because all it's doing is giving people a license to be on my 600-pound life, having to cut the wall out of their bedroom to take them to the hospital. They want to do that, but they want to do it in peace. They don't want you to say anything about it. You say respectfully, he did not clump all black women into the same. He gave numerous examples of how women have different mindsets, especially from back in the day until now. And if you can't see the difference in women now to women from then, that's on you. And that's, oh my goodness, that's like when I hear, they talk about, getting married, and people ask me about getting married or having children and things like that. And I hear about married men talk about this, talk about it. And I'll tell them real quick, especially if they're older, dude, your wife is from a different time. Like, your wife is from a different time, sir. I'm sorry to tell you, but your wife is from a different time. Yeah, it's probably rare that your wife, a young woman, is walking around with the mentality and how your wife is today, because they're a product of their environment. It's totally different today. The womanist movement has infected just about all facets of our lives here in the U.S. And I'm gonna tell you what this is going to lead to. When you have men like Kevin Samuels being shouted down, I'm gonna tell you where this end up, and this may be gloom and doom. This may seem dark to you, but I'm gonna spell it out for you. Let me finish. Nesco. He said, I watch many. No, he said, and if you can't see the difference from that one, okay. He said, I watch many of his videos with my wife, and she said to me, my sisters aren't going to like him because we haven't heard this type of truth in decades, and social media and society is selling something different and more watered down. Yes, because what they're selling to you is they want you to continue to be exactly what you are. The U.S. doesn't want you to change. They've already put things in place where our community has dwindled. Dude, do you know we were 14% of the population probably just about a decade ago, and now we're 12%? Hispanics have jumped ahead of us. I think they're at like 15, closing in on 16%, and we're dropping. We're going down to 11%. Our community is shrinking as we speak. We're below replacement level. We don't have enough young people being born to support the older people currently living. That's one of our issues. He said, "What's up?" Okay, and he said, I didn't really follow him. I saw different memes and things, so I went off of what I saw. I didn't agree all the time, but he had some valid points. Yeah, he is going to have some valid points. He's always had valid points, and people don't like the truth. But I'm going to tell you where this is going to lead, because what this is that they want men to continue to play the background. They want men to be soft. They've emasculated. We watch men be emasculated in real time, and we've empowered women so much. It's women empowerment. It's womanist movement. We've done all these things, and we're treating our boys like they're defective girls, and raising our boys like they're less than. So you're going to have boys to grow up to be men who feel like they're less than. And you need men. This society does not move without men. Your comforts, whatever you're enjoying right now, me on this internet, got my microphone right here, my cell phone, the buds in my ear, these clothing, the air conditioner I'm currently in, my ring light I got right here. Men make this possible. Men make this a reality. Men are the builders, the protectors, and providers. And once you dumb men down, and you want to make men a second class citizen, and you want to, because what they're slowly trying to turn this into is a matriarchy. They're trying to turn the United States slowly but surely into a matriarchy. That's why they want 51% in this area, 51% women in that area. They want women to be in these powerful places. But if one of the patriarchies around the world come knocking on the door, women can't defend this country. So if women end up in power and it's a matriarchy, we got to march to the beat of drum. The patriarchy, because this patriarchy is all around the world. There are no matriarchies. It's only patriarchies. The patriarchies are going to see this matriarchy and they're going to come in and they're going to take it over. And there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it, because the men who were supposed to protect the U.S., look at what state they're in right now. We're at a time now where if World War III broke out and we had to defend the U.S., you could say 85 to 90% of the male population is not fit for battle. It's not fit for war. It's not fit to defend this country. So what's going to happen? You better start learning Mandarin. I'm being honest with you. He said, I'm all for an alpha male. That's where I could be at my submissive potential. If you're weak, you can't hold it down. I can't respect you. Oh my God. Thank you, Tara. Thank you. And being strong, being alpha male is not a look. Alpha is a mindset. It starts up here, because this dude 6'5", yoked out, straight beta. It's a mindset. It's how he carries himself. And all it is you being a masculine man and standing on your square and not going for the BS. That's all. Tell her ass no. No, we're not doing that. Go sit down in the corner somewhere. Go over there. Go do this. Go talk to your homegirl. No, we're not doing that. And let her pout, whatever. She'll come back later. Let's see. The statistics he gave were factual. He could easily be found and read for yourself. So I would say read it for yourself and find the lie. You won't. Look at Tara say, I like to hear no. Yeah, especially and this that's the other thing where women test us all the time. They call them SHIT tests. They test us all the time. And a lot of times they're just testing to see, are you the guy that she thinks you are? And she's going to constantly test that. It's a survival thing. Don't take it personal. It's a survival thing, because she wants to know, the man I'm with, if we're in a tight spot, can he get us out of it? If we're in the foxhole, do I feel protected? Is he providing properly for us? She wants that thought, that she wants to have no doubt about it, that the man she with is the man she expects that man to be. He is who he says he is. She's going to continuously test you to see if that's who you are. He said, if women think Kevin was hard or rude, they better stay away from Louis Farrakhan. Yo, I'm listening to especially older African preachers, and listening to them, and some of the older fire and brimstone preachers. It's a dude straight up in the pulpit say, hey, your lips painted red, toes painted red, all this, you are nothing but a prostitute. They said this in the pulpit. And the whole church, yes, sir. He said, preacher, if what I said right now describes your wife, you married to a hoe. I've heard that. So please, if you don't like what Kevin said, you don't want to hear Louis Farrakhan or those old fire and brimstone preachers, man. You're going to have a conniption. He said, last thing the black community needs is gender war. Keep supporting each other. Black men, keep breaking stereotypes. Support your family. Be strong leaders and guide them to success. Yeah, the gender war has, but it's not a gender war, Sean. That part of that's the distraction. What it is an agenda war. It's people with agendas that have come in and separated us. That's just what it is, and we've allowed it. We played into it, because you can look at it, because this black men right now, they got content. They feel like black women sold black men out in the best interest of them. And I can't be mad at it, because hey, if you're looking at the government, as your savior or your protector or provider. What can me as a money say about that? That's who you went with. I can't do anything about that. So because that's who you went with, that's your protector and provider. You're not going to look at me with respect. You're not going to look at me with reverence. No, you're going to be like, well, I got this. Why he can't get this, and why he can't do this, and why he can't build that? Knowing that all the things that are have been in place or put in place to basically trip black men up. It is what it is. But that's not, feeling sorry or anything like that, because I know as a black man, all I have to do is put the work in, man. Let's see. He said, "You're right. You're right. Out being tested before I met my fiance, I didn't even have to test him. He was consistent and still is, and stood on what is, and that's how it still is. Of course, and that gives you that confidence that you picked the right guy." Because he steadily displays those characteristics that you were looking for in a husband. You, like you said, you were in a situation where you got married young, and so you didn't really know. And that's one of the issues with the way we do dating, mating, and marriage today, is because we give it to children. We let children make the decisions. Children shouldn't make the decisions on their mates and who they're going to be with. I'm sorry, there shouldn't. You don't want to hear that, all that love is love and all that. No, arranged marriages are the most they're the longest lasting marriages, and they're the best marriages, and still today they still are that, because arranged marriages aren't about fairy tale love, jagged edge, Drew Hill, R&B, romantic comedy, Disney, and all of that nonsensical fairy tale butterflies in the stomach bull crap. It's not about that. It's about us coming together because we have a common goal. We want to build something. We want to have a family. So at the end of the day, no matter how we feel about each other, we have a common goal. So that's going to keep us together. But now our goals are different now, and what we're looking for and what we want out of people, because you feel like, it's a lot of women feel like, well, men are superfluous. We don't need men. I don't need men. I don't need a man. But you get a flat tire today, you calling a woman? Your house caught on fire. You calling a woman? Pookie and Ray Ray just jumped through your window and they pulled out the blicky and they finna rob the whole house. You calling a woman? No. So that whole, we don't need men. Man, come on with that. So like, yep, and the competition for an alpha. Oh man. And the competition for an alpha is thick, but these modern women don't know how to act and what a true alpha male values, and it's not your accomplishment. One of the things that's stuck in a lot of women's craw, I will say this. And I'm at 38 minutes before I get out of here. One of the things that I think that stuck in women's craw, it wasn't necessarily about him saying, they were overweight, or they were average looking, or they were a 6, or whatever he rated them as. That bothered them, but it didn't really bother them that much. You know what bothered them is when he told them that the men that you say you want have a standard, and you have to compete to get them. A lot of women don't want to compete. That's just what it is. It's a lot of them who don't want to compete. They say it. And I'm not saying, this is not some me just guessing and saying no. They've said this out of their mouths. They're not looking to compete because they feel like, I'm going to compete for a man for what? Okay, cool. You're not going to compete, so you're always going to get what you have gotten. It's just what it is. That's just what it is. So that's why you see these women, and Nesco talk about it all the time. You got these women's like at the hospitals around here, like say Shands, for example, that nurses, CNAs, some of them even doctors. These women have awesome jobs, and they're taking care of dudes because that's all you can get. You know why? Because you're masculine. You're disagreeable. You feel like you run the show. And as Tara said, yeah, you're not going to do that with a man who's going to stand on his square in the alpha male. No, this is about control, baby. You want to control a man. That's what it's about. It's about control. Because I always wonder, I'm like, man, you got all these prominent women. She look nice. She making a good wage. And she taking care of some dude. I said, why is that? Control. It's about control. You want to control the relationship. Because whether you felt powerless in the past or whatever it is, but it's always been about control. And you want to control and you don't want to compete. You say, I can say a lot of women are real shallow and they end up with men that's going to dog them. Yes, it happens all the time. Oh, he got to be this. He got to be that. He got to be this. Okay, baby. Okay. Okay, he has to be those things. Please know, please know that if you come across the man that you say you want and he's all these things, please know he has multiple options. He gets women. Women are nothing to him. They are an afterthought. They are a side quest at best in his life because he's attracted women. And he's probably done it for a long time. Those are the men that you want, right? But your go-to move is to have sex with him. He gets that on a regular basis. How is that going to distinguish you from other women? It's not. So what he's going to do, he's going to get sex from you. He's like, thank you for that. And then he's going to end up moving on because that's all you're giving him. That's women. When women talk about, I'm not cooking, I'm not cleaning, I'm not competing, I'm not this, and I'm not doing this for a man. All you're telling me is that you're worthless to me. You bring zero value to my life because sex is nothing. It's an equal exchange, handshake. That's what it is. You're not giving me anything valuable, especially if you're giving it to multiple other people before me. No. They say there's a black preacher in New York stated while preaching, if you're going to rape a woman, your wife is the best candidate. Yes, he said that. And he said, and you think Kevin Samuels was disrespectful and rude? Yeah, okay. Get out your feelings long enough to hear the information needed to help create a better relationship, not control the relationship. Control, man. Everybody wants control. That amazes me that everybody wants control. They want control over every situation. They want control in their life. And it's because control it's a myth. It's you can't even control when you go to the restaurant. You can't only thing you can control is what you do, your actions, how you react to things, what you say. Those are the only things you can control. You can't control anything else. You can't control men. You can't control women. They say you better be bringing something to differentiate yourself to him. Respect and peace. Yes, sex, sandwich, silence. Can I get that? I would like that. I would enjoy that. Make that a turkey club, please. Mm-hmm. They say, thank God I have four bros. Hey, my sister say that all the time. Thank God she has her brothers, me and my brothers, because I put her on game. Women in my family, women I know, I want to put you on game. I want to tell you exactly what it is. That's exactly what Kevin did. I don't want to have you out here mad, sad, doing the same things over and over again and getting the same result that you got. Somebody got to tell you, say, hey, baby, I've been down this road. I've done this. I'm telling you where this is going to end up. But what's happening is, Tara, I noticed this a lot. It's older women, they are jealous of younger women because you have like people like women like Tony Braxton who said that she wished she had been loose more in her youth. She wished she had a party more, been with this dude more, been with that dude more. So I was like, oh, so that's what it is. So instead of the older women teaching these young women how to be ladies, they want to be in the streets with them. I saw a twerk contest with 60-year-olds the other day, and people say, oh no, they just having fun and blah blah blah. No, I don't want to see my 60-year-old mother or grandmother at no damn twerk contest. Sit down somewhere with them creaky knees, please. And stop getting them BBLs and you over 50. What are you doing? Come on, dog. Let yourself get old. Let's see. Let me finish here. He said, although I made some of my own decisions, I still have always got the game of how men feel for real. All I can do is respect it. Hey, all I can do is give you the real. He said, yep, and sex is easily acceptable, but men want more than just sex. Oh, yeah, I'm going to touch on that before I get out of here, too. He said, what else do you bring? Men don't care about how successful you are. We can build success. Yes, I don't care about this company you started or your doctorate, your lawyer degree, or whatever you've created, whatever stream wealth income platform. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm proud of you. Keep going, keep doing what you do, but that doesn't matter when it comes to a relationship. And like Sean said, sex is easily accessible today, dude. I can right now. It's sites right now that I could go on, and I can have a young lady, fairly attractive, over here this weekend for half a day's pay. We're not talking about a lot of money, man. So that's gone. You can't tempt me with that. You can't hold that from me. That's like you playing these games, what they call coochie games. You can't play coochie games with men that have options because there's nothing that's going to work with a man that has options. It's not. You can't play those games. You either conform or you get the hell on. That's how it goes. See, women now today need to understand that a big ass will never outrun a woman of class. Oh yeah, never. These BBLs gonna have them messed up when they get older. But let me hush because they like to come at me when I speak the truth. Hey, and if you're a true speaker as a woman, you're gonna be shouted down too, Tara. That they're not going to want to hear it. They don't want to hear it from anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. They don't want to hear the truth because it hurts to look inside and self-reflect and realize, like I realized at 30 years old, I was like, yo, you suck. You're terrible. You sitting on talents. You're not where you want to be. You don't look the way you want to look. You don't feel the way you want to feel. But what are you going to do about it? And it's your fault why you're where you are. That's the biggest part of accepting why are you where you currently are, is that it's your fault. You can't blame anybody else. Yeah, there are extenuating circumstances, but those things are rare when it comes to it being somebody else's fault. If you are a grown adult, if you are a grown adult and you are not happy with where you are, it's because of you. It's not because of anybody else, man. But, people want to be told those sweet lies. And Kevin was not one of those people who told you the sweet lies. It just is what it is. But it's very unfortunate to see people who supposedly supposed to be my brothers and sisters, which I've told you that we have no community no more. We don't. There's no more community anymore because we don't have communities or where everybody knew everybody. And when everybody knows everybody and when everybody kind of knows who is, you could hold people to a standard. But now you could be somewhere like I could move to another state, nobody knows who I am, and I could do whatever the hell I want, and nobody around there are going to hold me to a standard because they don't know me. That's the issue when you don't have families, when you don't have fathers in the home, when you don't have present mothers, non-toxic mothers taking care of the children. Because let's be real, you want to talk about absent fathers, but let's talk about these present absent slash toxic mothers. They've done a lot of damage, especially to the young ladies. I meet plenty of black women who tell me about their horrible relationship with their mothers. Willow Smith just talked about how she was going through issues when she was younger. She was a teen. She had anxiety, and her mother didn't care. Jada didn't care. Jada's a different person, different, whatever. That's different. I'm not going to compare all black women to her. That's a special case. But she talked about how she didn't care. And then you know what Jada did? Jada was like, oh, baby, well, she diagnosed herself with it too. She's like, oh, the reason why I can't help you with your anxiety is because I have anxiety. How selfish is that? Selfish. We're talking about selfish. So if you want to talk about women being selfish, how they are, just look what is they're the products of their environment. Look at where they come from, man. They say, what good is a snatched waistline when all that comes out of your mouth is a disagreement and constant rebuttal? Yeah, yeah. I really don't care how you look now. It's just now, of course, I'm not trying to, walk around with the crypt keeper. But as far as her needing to have a dunk, she got to have this, she got to have that. I'm past that point, and I'm older, but mindset. Look at the person's mindset. And this goes for men and women. Look at the person's mindset. Success is not final and failure isn't fatal, which means, okay, yeah, you want this man, six-figure man, you want this successful guy, okay. But if he loses that success today, are you confident he's going to build it back up? Are you confident he's going to get back to the point he was at when you met him or when he was at his highest? Because yeah, a guy could be successful today and it could be all gone tomorrow. What you want to look for is his mindset. Because the mindset, this right here, he could lose whatever. He could lose material things. He could lose businesses. But if it's up here, if it's here and in here, he's going to be able to get those things back. But that's not what we're looking at. That's not what we're looking for. The same with women. How she looks, top and bottom, and all of that, these BBLs, the fake breasts, the lashes, and the fake all that stuff. No, Her mindset is going to raise your children. That's what's going to raise your children. Her mindset is what's going to make her the wife and the mother that you need to be able to provide the things you need for the family, day to day, to get everybody on the same page and taking care of the household, taking care of, whether she work or part-time, whatever she does, her mindset and his mindset, that's what you need to be focused on. But we're in a superficial world where a person got to look like this, they got to do this, and they have to do that. And then you having all type of hell because you got a good looking fool in your face and you wondering why you going through what you're going through. It's your fault. Let's see. He said, our mother or the mother best friends who open their kids to drinkings, drugs, and men coming in and out of their lives at an early age. Yo, and that dude, if you just look up the statistics on abuse and sexual assault in non-biological parents on children. So whether they're a spouse, whether they marry a step parent, or they're a boyfriend or a girlfriend, just look up the stats on the abuse from that person to somebody else's children and the sexual abuse. It's ridiculous. It's off the charts. Number one, that's not their children. So it's going to be more likely to happen. When I saw that, I was like, dude, I don't want my children growing up where me and their mother split up and she got all type of dudes running through the house. And now my children are in danger because this dude, like, them not my kids. So he's going to treat them any type of way. No. It said, it's all about mindset for me. And you can't care about what outsiders think. No, you can't. Outsiders shouldn't have a say in your relationship. That's another thing that Kevin Samuels highlighted, is that having you listening to your single friends, you're going to be right there with them. You're going to be right there with them. You don't listen to those. Misery loves company. Single women, especially those single women who give I'm talking about, I've been listening to them give just horrible advice to women. Horrible. And I'm like, oh, your goal is for her to be single. That's because that's the only thing that type of advice is going to get this woman. It's going to get her perpetually single. And what is going to happen? You're going to have a large pockets of single older women all living together, trying to cohabitate and get along, and it's going to be a reality show in there. Because the infighting with women tear each other down worse than anybody else can. Kevin Samuels can't tear you down the way women tear each other down. I can't do that. No man can do that. Women eviscerate other women, man, all the time. Dude, that's why women are never going to be able to get to exactly where they want to be in this country, is because other women are going to come through and knock it down. Your house of cards, it's women right now building a house of cards, and they're doing it for other women, but it's other women who going to come in and they're going to remove the bottom card and knock it down, and they're not going to have a reason for it. It's just spitefulness. He said, you have these men choosing partners to impress family and friends. Oh, my God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at this, man. I got a dime piece. I got this. I got that. But she can't cook. She don't want to clean. She don't want to. And cook. That's the thing about cooking. Cooking is a basic human skill, damn it. You need to be able to cook to survive. And I know I can cook for myself. When I say I want a woman who can cook, if we're gonna have children, my kids ain't gonna be eating chicken Alfredo, Dino chicken nuggets, and Captain Crunch all the time. No, they need to be eating meals, please. That's what I want. That's what I want you for. I want you to cook them meals. I'm gonna cook the meals too, but I need you to be able to cook for my children and cook for yourself. But all they do is Uber Eats and DoorDash today. That's why you walk around looking like Big Shirley, damn near 400 pounds. He said, but that's why mindset matters. We are responsible for who we choose to have kids with too. So if the woman doesn't seem like she would be a good mother, then we shouldn't have kids with them. Yeah. Oh man. Oh yes. Yeah. We're responsible for who you choose, man. Who you choose to have children with and who you choose to partner with is the most important decision you're ever going to make in your life. And I owe it to any children that I have to choose the best option as far as a mother for them and a wife for myself. You say it's a nightmare dealing with women, especially if you're more accomplished and more attractive. Pretty has its privileges. Oh, that's the other thing too, Lisa Reed. This is why all this Kevin Samuel stuff is misplayed. You hating, but women, women are their own biggest enemy. I've always said this, that women don't have a true sisterhood, but men have a brotherhood. You know how? You know why? Because think about it. Think about this, ladies. Going into a new place, whether it's a new job, a new social circle, or you meeting new people, new women, you basically have to prove to those women that you're not incompetent, because they're gonna come in. You're gonna come in there, and they're gonna automatically doubt you, hate on you, or whatever, and you're gonna have to prove to them that you're cool, you're competent for them in order for them to like you or accept you. With men, it's not like that. Anytime we meet new men, you accept that man for who he is. You give a certain level of respect. It's until he shows that he does not deserve your respect, or that he's incompetent, will we change. But we don't start from the gate saying that this guy, oh man, this dude's incompetent. He got to show me. He got to prove himself to me. No, men don't do that, but that's what women do. Let's see where we at. But that's why. Okay, right here, and yeah, okay, got that. And yeah, women do be jealous of other women. It's sad, especially the ones who end up with the man who treats them right. Fake friends turn into enemies, silently try to destroy. Oh my goodness. And when your single friend's trying to give advice about your relationship, about what your man is or is not doing, don't, please, please don't listen to that. Please don't listen, because where's she speaking from? Say that part. Where is she speaking from? She's speaking from a place of Owen. Shit, that lady, your girlfriend is 0 and 50 in relationships. She's Owen. She's a perpetual loser in relationships. And she's not looking at what the cause of these losses are. That's why she continues to lose. Hey, it's a lot of men out here. They're on 52, but they know exactly why they're 0 and 50. They know it's them. They know it's them. And know, okay, well, I'm getting L's. If I want this W, I got to go back to the lab and I got to put in the work. That's it, Brandon. Mindset. It seems that women today are driven to look like a dime on the outside, all while neglecting where the value lies, which is on the inside or mindset. Inward value outshines outward beauty every time. What benefits is it looks so good on the outside and be ugly as an ashtray on the inside. You know, what's in you is going to come out you sooner or later, sis. And hey, and those are the chameleons. The chameleons. Those women who try to purport themselves as these feminine women, and they understand men, and you know, they understand our plight, and they're looking to cooperate and all of that. But a lot of them are just chameleons, because they still have that womanist mindset. They still have that me first attitude. You're still going to have all type of issues in hell with those type of people. It just is what it is. He said, men tell each other why we're 0 50. LOL, we can't do the same thing. Oh my God. Oh man. And I got to get out of here because I got to get some work done. It's 3:00. There's a like a little cartoon meme, and it let's see. They talk about physical appearance is what draws a man, but your mindset is what keeps him. Yes, that is true too. So it ain't, hey, you gotta have something to go with that mindset too. Ain't nobody saying you gotta look like Beyonce or Rihanna or Chloe, Halle Bailey and all of that. No, you don't have to look like them. No, but hey, be in somewhat decent shape. You ain't got to have all this top and all this bottom and look like a damn funhouse mirror or IG model, where you got this tiny little waist and then these big old hips and this big ridiculous donk and all of that, looking like the back of a Buick. No, you don't have to have that. You know, just be in some decent shape. But the difference between men and women, and Sean brought that up, and men tell each other all the time. He had this where the girl, she was crying and she said to my, oh my God, I'm so fat. And her friends crying to her, no, you're not fat, you're so beautiful. You no, don't think that way. And they comforting her and crying and hugging on her. And then they goes to the men, and the man asks his friend, he say, bro, am I fat? And he say, dude, I know 4 fat people. He say, no, he say, and you're no, he say, yeah, I know 4 fat people, and you're all 4 of them. That's what he told him. Basically, hey man, you need to get your crap together. Yeah, you fat, you dusty, you broke, you this, you that. Yes, sir, this is what you are, and this is what you need to do to change. Men will tell a man that in a second because there's no understanding in the world. We don't have time to coddle you. You're a man. That's one of the issues with men too, is that we it's rare for us to even care about men's problems. That's why men continue to have the problems we have, because more men need to care about the problems that men go through and the problems that men have, because it affects all of us. Women understand that. Women can look at a situation that a woman is going through and put herself squarely in the shoes of that woman and say, man, this can happen to me. Men don't do that. Think about it. Think about it, Sean. Men don't do that. Men be like, that ain't gonna happen to me. I saw what happened to him. That ain't gonna happen to me. Men do it all the time, you know. So that's one of our biggest issues as men, man. But what is the solution? Well, before I get out of here, now my final thoughts. What is the solution? Um, we don't need any leaders. You don't. We don't need more leaders. We don't need leaders, because look at all of the prominent communities, and just look at the LGBTQ community, look at the Jewish community, look at all these other communities that have power and influence. They have no leader. They just come together on one accord. So the best way to do that: govern yourself and govern your families, man. That's the best I can give you. Govern yourself and govern your families, and look for like-minded men and link up with them, because too often do men who are seemingly on the right path, they're trying to do the right things, they get entangled with men who are not on that same level or not doing the same things. And this happens to women too. Govern yourself, govern your family, and link up with like-minded people, because dude, we're heading into some dark times. It's going to be rough. I'm telling you, man. People, they want us to continue to play into nonsensical bull crap. They want us to continue to be asleep. They want us to continue to not realize what's going on. They don't want us to realize that black women, especially in election cycles, are being used as pawns. Yeah, they are, because I'm not going to go on the current. I'm going to leave that alone. But you're being used as pawns, and in this upcoming election year, they're going to pander to you. They're going to promise you sweet nothings, and then they're not going to do anything about it. And when they get to where they want to go, they're going to act like, who? Oh, you? Oh, yeah. And you are the people who helped them get them to where they are. And then they're going to discard you when they get what they want. You got to know that, man. But y'all continue to be asleep and do what you want to do. I'm just a messenger, just like Kevin. Kevin's message doesn't die. It doesn't. It's going to continue to go on, because many men before him have had the same message. Many men after him are going to have the same message. The seed has already been planted. Too many people have been woken up now. So now that you know what it is, now that you know how things are, act accordingly, move accordingly, prioritize yourself, live the life you want to live. It's all in your hands, man. Don't blame others. Don't look to other people who like what all this nonsensical bull crap from sports, media, entertainment. No, you need to be solid, man. For what we're going into, inflation rising, the cost of a gallon of milk is going to be $15 one day. You need to be prioritizing yourself, prioritizing your family, and trying to figure out how you're going to navigate your people through these tough times. Now, we can come out of these tough times, but you're going to be able to have to navigate through it, man. And it's going to be tough, man. But all you have is each other. Life is about relationships, as Kevin Samuels said. It's not about the things, places, cars, all this. No, it's about relationships, and it's about the people in your life and what you have done for those people, what those people have done for you, the reciprocation, the love, the sharing, all of that. Because without family, without relationships, without people, we have nothing. You are the commodity, man, and never forget that. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Man, this was a good one, man. I appreciate, man. Y'all got me up. You got my views up. You got my likes up. I appreciate it, man. Dude, I'm going to keep going. All this does is makes me want to go even harder because Kevin achieved a level of success that most people are never going to even see. They're not even going to be adjacent to it. They're not even going to be in the same room as a person who's gotten to that level of success, man. And I hope to be there one day. But it starts right here, and it starts with me putting in the work. Until next time, check out all my social medias. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow me on my social medias. I appreciate it. Let's see what did that say. He said keyword sweet nothings for sure. He said keep being great, B. I appreciate you. She said you did your thing. Keep your head up. You got this. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Hey, we all need attaboys from time to time. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're going. If you're off the couch out grinding, you're a step ahead. I'm just telling you, you're a step ahead. So keep going. Don't stop. Once you get that momentum going, don't stop. International show on the way. Hey, Trey Ford speaking it into existence, baby. What is going on, Mr. Ford? That's the dude right there. That's the dude with the connections in the city. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a call, man. I'm gonna either if I don't call you today, I'll call you sometime this weekend, man. We chop it up. It's been too long, man. But man, let me get out of here, man. I gotta go make some money. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, man. I am out of here. Oh, and I'll be back on my sports show. Me and Mr. Reed. Gonna talk about the NBA playoffs. Gonna talk about the NFL. Talk about some of these stories in sports. But I appreciate it. You're saying I'm the businesswoman if you need it for real. Oh yeah. We'll be in contact. But yeah, I'll be back in my sports show. But until next time, man, we are out of here. Peace out, y'all.